quick question for all the women out there. Has immigration from Muslim countries made your countries safer or less safe for women? If we value women's safety, and we all say we do, I think it is not only a legitimate question, but an important one. It doesn't matter if you are from the Netherlands, England, France, Germany, Wisconsin, or Sweden. You all know the answer. And think about this for a second. Have you ever seen an article about it on the front page of your newspaper? You would think this would be something people talk about, right? Articles about Israel on the front page? Of course, every other day. But the impact of immigration on crime or on women's safety in your countries, you won't see that. And when it is mentioned, they always sugarcoat it, walk around it. People not born in Sweden, immigrants, people who came from the Middle East or North Africa, but not Israel. They dance around the word, but never say it. The reason it doesn't appear isn't because it is unimportant, but because it goes against the dominant narrative, the narrative of multiculturalism. You are not allowed to say that one culture, one set of values, is better than another. And that's complete nonsense. And it is very easy to prove. Let's stay with examples about women. Are women equal to men? Is a man allowed to beat his wife? According to Sharia law, yes, he is.
A man should not be questioned why he hit his wife.
جزء من هويتنا الاعتداء على المرأة، وهذا الجزء لازم احنا نعترف فيه.
قواعد الوهب والهجر والضرب غير المقدس.
Do you oppose that? Because if all cultures are equal and there is no better or worse, then maybe it is fine to beat your wife. And what about democracy and free speech? Are they better than dictatorship? If you think, come on, that's obvious, of course I support women's rights, democracy and free speech, then I have news for you. You are a spoiled person who doesn't appreciate the most basic things in life. Only about 20 or 30% of people worldwide can afford to speak freely against their government or religion. Sure, you can criticize Putin in Russia, but your chances of falling off a balcony go way up. You can criticize the Communist Party in China, but you lose access to your bank account, your wife will get fired, and your son will be expelled from university. In Muslim countries, you can criticize Islam, but that will be the last thing you ever do. Most people in the world don't breathe the free air we breathe in the West. And if you don't appreciate that, get your values straight. It is not easy because for decades we've been brainwashed into thinking that all cultures are equal. I will help you snap out of it in a second. But first, a clarification for those who insist on misunderstanding what I'm saying. When it comes to things that don't matter, skin color, cultures that value politeness like the Japanese or openness like the Israelis, Italian pasta versus German Kartoffeln, potatoes, I'm all for diversity. Why not? But when it comes to the core values, no sir. I'm very happy I don't live in a Muslim or communist country, or in a half-communist state that doesn't share the values I believe in. Are all the people there bad? No, but are my values, democracy, free speech, and women's rights better than theirs? Yes, absolutely. The damage done by multiculturalism is deep and massive because people need to identify with a set of values. When there is no shared value system, you get a cultural void that leads to loss of identity, extremism, and eventually the infiltration of other cultures, one that are, of course, not democratic. And again, let's zoom out. Where is multiculturalism actually promoted? Do they have it in Saudi Arabia, in Iran, Yemen, Libya? Not really. Think about it. People from non-democratic cultures migrate to your country. If you tell them their culture is equal to yours, it is only a matter of time before your country stops being democratic too, just like the countries they came from. So what can you do about it? Don't surrender to the multicultural narrative being shoved down your throat. It is not easy, and if you need help, I'm here for you. Take a deep breath and repeat after me. I have a moral backbone. Democracy is better than dictatorship. Women are equal to men. Women's safety is more important than being politically correct. Free speech is as sweet as honey. Thank God I live in the West and not in a Muslim or communist country. Feels good, doesn't it? Now that you have a moral backbone, life will get a lot easier. You will start seeing the lies much more clearly. You will notice that the people who preach multiculturalism, who refuse to criticize other cultures, always make one exception. They love criticizing one culture, Western culture, and one kind of people, people like me, Westerners who actually love their countries. I have so much more respect for an American who loves his country, a Brit who loves his country, a Pole who loves his country, far more than for those pushing fake so-called international narratives. So if you have a moral backbone and you know the difference between right and wrong, take it to the next level and do something good. First of all, be proud of your moral backbone and show it to others. Encourage others to have one as well. And before we finish, I will say that one of the good things you can do is donate to a good cause. Nearly 1,000 soldiers have died in the war. More than 10,000 IDF soldiers are dealing with mental health issues and trauma. Over 60 soldiers have taken their lives. When a soldier has died in battle or is hurting, the real load lands on the family. Missed work, bills, that's where Meir Panim steps in. Meir Panim is currently supporting 500 reservist families with weekly dinners, packed lunch for their kids, and surprise care packages. Through their many food assistance programs, they help also Holocaust survivors, struggling families, and people coping with trauma find stability and begin to heal. They show up wherever they are needed, visiting wounded soldiers, supporting widows and orphans of IDF soldiers, funding critical gear, combat drones, and so much more. Donations to Meir Panim are tax deducted in Israel and the US, so you can give more while it costs you less. I donate to them myself. Join me. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with friends and family who lack a moral backbone. I'm sure they will appreciate the fact that you think they don't have one. Now, seriously, many good people fell into this multicultural nonsense. And my next video will actually be about why good people, really good people, don't understand the conflict. And I will give an example of someone who I appreciate very much. Someone who is very well known in my industry, the travel industry, who is very, very wrong. Link to Meir Panim is below. See you in the next video. Yalla bye.